Today, we're unpacking a concept that really it transcends time and touches on one of humanity's most fundamental impulses,
Mm,
giving.
that's right.
We're looking at a specific type of charity that goes beyond, the immediate. It offers benefits that ripple through generations. So when you think about charity, what usually comes to mind? Maybe like donating food, clothes, or medicine.
The immediate needs.
Those are incredibly important, of course, absolutely vital. But our source material today introduces us to, a different kind of giving, one that quite literally outlives us and continues to benefit people for generations. It's called Sadaqah Jariyah.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here is this idea of an ongoing charity. It's not just about solving today's problem with maybe a temporary fix,
Right.
but actually investing in solutions that continue to serve communities tomorrow and, well, way into the future.
Right.
So this deep dive will explore what Sadaqah Jariyah truly means, its profound impact, and how it's being put into practice today. It offers a really unique perspective on lasting contributions and what that means for building a real legacy.
So let's start with the basics then. Our sources describe Sadaqah Jariyah as charity that, quote, never stops. It's distinct from one-time aid. It's about creating something permanent, something that keeps on giving. But what's the spiritual underpinning here? What makes this form of giving so unique?
That's a really critical question because it elevates Sadaqah Jariyah beyond just, standard philanthropy. The sources point to some powerful verses and teachings that reveal its spiritual depth.
Okay.
For instance, the Quran reminds us in Surah Al-Baqarah 2.261, the example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like a seed of grain which grows 7 spikes, and each spike is 100 grains, and Allah multiplies for whom He wills.
Oh.
So this imagery, it isn't just poetic, right? It highlights the idea of an endless, almost miraculous multiplication of reward.
Like compound interest, but spiritual.
Kind of, yeah. It emphasizes that an initial act of generosity can yield these boundless, ongoing returns.
That concept of endless multiplication is incredibly powerful. And here's where it gets really interesting, I think, for the individual giver. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, according to a hadith in Sahih Muslim, that when a person dies, all his deeds end except 3.
Right, the 3 exceptions.
Ongoing charity, beneficial knowledge, or a righteous child who prays for him. So this profoundly connects the act of giving to an enduring legacy, something beyond your own lifetime. So how does Sadaqah Jariyah, as this ongoing charity, how does it specifically embody or maybe even enable the other 2 categories? Beneficial knowledge and a righteous child.
That's a great point.
Does it kind of act as a foundation for all 3 pillars of that legacy?
Absolutely. I think the sources really highlight that these aren't isolated concepts at all. I mean, think about it. A school built through Sadaqah Jariyah, well, that directly generates beneficial knowledge for countless students.
Makes sense.
And that knowledge, in turn, empowers individuals who then contribute to raising righteous children, passing on both wisdom and values.
Oh, okay.
So in many ways, one act of Sadaqah Jariyah can be a catalyst. It creates this continuous flow of all 3 enduring deeds. It magnifies the spiritual return far beyond just the initial contribution. It's about creating a ripple effect that touches education, family, community development, all at the same time.
That's a brilliant connection. So connecting this to the bigger picture then,
Yeah.
it means that by creating something that keeps benefiting others, you're essentially setting up this continuous stream of goodness that comes back to you even after you're gone.
Exactly.
It's about building a legacy, not just of, wealth, but of lasting positive impact. Your good deeds keep growing like those seeds long after you've passed.
Precisely. It's a legacy of action.
Okay, let's move from the profound philosophy to the tangible then. What does it look like on the ground? Our sources highlight that this ongoing charity often takes the form of constructing and maintaining essential public places. Think schools, hospitals, mosques.
Vital hubs.
These aren't just abstract ideas. They're really the backbone of communal life in many places.
Indeed. These are the foundational structures that can uplift entire communities. The sources really stress that these aren't just, bricks and mortar. They are the beating hearts of communities.
Beating hearts, I like that.
Yeah. Take a mosque, for instance. It's often not just a place of prayer. It's a community center, a learning space, a place for social gatherings, maybe welfare activities too.
Right.
So every prayer offered, every lesson taught, every gathering held within its walls, all that becomes part of that continuous reward for the donor.
That ripple effect is truly powerful. I mean, imagine this. A child walks into a school you help build. That child learns to read, gains knowledge, maybe eventually teaches others, impacting generations down the line. Or a mother finding healing in a hospital you help maintain. Her life saved, her children's lives improved because of that.
Exactly.
So beyond the immediate benefit of these buildings, how does this specific type of charity foster, say, long-term community resilience? Or maybe shift generational poverty cycles?
That's a key aspect.
Do the sources suggest it creates a more self-sustaining model for development compared to, like, traditional short-term aid?
That's precisely what the sources emphasize, yeah. By investing in this kind of foundational infrastructure schools, Hospital Sadaqah Jariyah doesn't just patch an immediate need, it actually cultivates local leadership by empowering educated individuals. It encourages skill development within the community itself.
Ah, okay. Building capacity.
Exactly. And it often establishes this virtuous cycle where beneficiaries can eventually become contributors themselves. This creates a lasting ecosystem of growth that's, well, far more profound than just temporary relief.
That makes sense.
For instance, a hospital built today isn't just saving lives now, it's potentially training local medical staff, creating jobs, improving public health for decades. That reduces the burden of disease on future generations. It's a long-term investment.
The idea that your donation isn't just money, but, as the source puts it, laying bricks in someone's future
Yeah.
and writing your name into a legacy of hope. That's an incredibly powerful way to frame it, isn't it?
It really is. It moves it beyond a simple transaction.
But are there aspects of this long-term legacy where maybe challenges pop up or perhaps misunderstandings of what ongoing really means in practice? Like, what about the ongoing maintenance? That's got to be a factor.
Oh, absolutely. That's a critical point. And sometimes it gets overlooked in the initial enthusiasm, you know?
Sure.
The sources do touch on this. They emphasize that true Sadaqah Jariyah projects aren't just about the initial construction. They really should involve community participation in planning, maybe training for local upkeep, even setting up local committees to ensure sustainability.
Right, ownership.
Exactly. It's a holistic, long-term commitment that requires foresight. The ongoing part isn't just about the building still standing, but about it continuing to serve its purpose effectively.
Gotcha.
So, a successful project often includes provisions for maintenance, community training, and local ownership. That helps prevent the very real problem of structures falling into disrepair years later.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so beyond schools and hospitals, our sources emphasize another critical area for Sadaqah Jariyah: water systems and agricultural support.
Hugely important.
As the sources state, pretty unequivocally, water is life. It's fundamental, right? But often so scarce.
Indeed. I mean, without safe drinking water, families suffer terribly from preventable diseases. It impacts everything.
Yeah.
Children miss school because they're sick, or maybe spending hours fetching water. Adults can't work effectively.
And farming.
And without irrigation, crops fail, hunger spreads. It affects food security, economic stability. This is where construction and maintenance and water systems become absolutely vital.
So what kind of projects are we talking about?
Well, the sources detail quite a range. It could be drilling simple wells for clean drinking water, or building more modern infrastructure to conserve precious resources, maybe introducing drip irrigation to prevent waste in farming.
Oh, interesting.
And even managing rural sanitation, like draining stagnant water to stop the spread of malaria or other epidemics.
And the impact of that,
Mhm.
it feels almost immeasurable.
Yeah.
Every drop of clean water a thirsty child drinks, every crop saved through better irrigation,
Yeah.
these become like a living testimony to your charity, right?
Absolutely.
The Quran reinforces this, stating in Surah Al-Anbiya 21.30, "And we made from water every living thing." So by improving water access, you are quite literally preserving life itself, fulfilling this foundational universal need.
And our source gives a fascinating, very recent example of this, from 2024, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It describes a village initiative that wasn't just about, say, digging a new well. It focused on cleaning and improving existing agricultural water routes. So this involved restoring a main water pool and the transmission wells that supply irrigation water to the local farms.
Okay, fixing what's there.
Exactly. But crucially, it went further. They also provided education and training to the villagers on proper water management techniques.
The sustainability piece again.
Right, and this significantly reduced water waste by up to 43%, the source says, and improved the quality of irrigation. It's that holistic approach, again, making sure the benefits last way beyond the initial work.
Wow, a 43% reduction in water waste, it's huge. Does the source talk about the longer-term economic and social benefits for a village that sees that kind of improvement?
It does.
It sounds like it goes beyond just, having more water.
Oh, definitely. It's not just about quantity. The sources describe how this specific project led to diversified crops and increased yields for the farmers,
Okay, so direct economic impact.
directly translating into better income and improved food security for their families, and socially, it meant fewer waterborne diseases,
Right.
which then allowed children more time for schooling because they weren't spending hours fetching water or being sick at home.
That's incredible.
It really shows how a single project, when it's thoughtfully done and includes education, can ripple through the entire fabric of a community. It can transform economic prospects, health, education, everything.
So the whole village now enjoys thriving fields, the farmers are grateful, and the community continuously prays for the donors.
That's what the source indicates, yes.
It's really a perfect illustration of how that sustained effort, plus education, creates a truly enduring benefit. It transforms a way of life, secures a future.
It's powerful stuff.
Okay, so we've explored the philosophy, the tangible examples, schools, water systems, but let's just nail down that core distinction again. To truly grasp its enduring power, what's the fundamental difference our sources emphasize between this kind of charity, Sadaqah Jariyah, and more immediate one-time aid?
Well, the key difference, and the sources really hammer this home, lies in permanence and sustainable impact.
Permanence, okay.
Think about it. Food donations feed for a day, maybe a week. Clothing warms for a season. These are crucial immediate relief efforts, absolutely necessary. But construction charity, like we've discussed, creates schools that can last decades, mosques that might welcome worshipers for centuries, water systems quenching thirst for generations.
Right.
This means the rewards for the giver are continuous, yeah? They keep flowing. And it supports the Ummah, the global community, endlessly. It makes an impact that resonates through time, rather than just a transient one. It's about building capacity, not just providing for consumption today.
That distinction is paramount. And, in today's world, the methods of giving have also evolved quite a bit.
They certainly have.
Our sources highlight a particularly modern way to support these timeless causes. Cryptocurrency donations, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins. So beyond just the convenience of instant global transactions, what specific advantages do these digital assets offer for humanitarian aid, especially for these long-term Sadaqah Jariyah projects where maybe transparency and efficiency are really crucial for that long-term impact?
That's a really good point. And it's a crucial distinction with crypto. The underlying technology, blockchain, offers this unprecedented level of transparency.
How so?
Well, donors can often trace their contributions directly to the projects, sometimes even to specific phases like buying materials or equipment.
Really? You can track it that closely?
In many cases, yes. It builds a level of trust and accountability that can be, frankly, difficult with traditional financial systems sometimes. And that's incredibly valuable for these long-term infrastructure projects where every dollar needs to count and you want to see its journey.
I can see that.
Plus, it often bypasses traditional banking intermediaries. That can reduce fees and definitely speeds up the delivery of funds. So more of the donation actually gets to the community faster wherever they are in the world.
So this really connects the cutting-edge technology of our time with the eternal message of Islam.
Exactly.
Spending in the way of Allah for rewards that are never lost. It empowers these projects to be built faster, maybe more effectively.
Yeah, it shows how ancient wisdom can actually be amplified by modern tools to serve communities globally.
It makes that eternal message accessible, efficient in our digital world.
It's a testament to the adaptability of these core charitable principles, really.
Ultimately, then, it's about your role, our role, in building these eternal rewards. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, this is according to Bukhari, the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are continuous, even if they are small.
Consistency over size.
Exactly. Imagine the weight, the significance of a charity that continues without interruption long after you are gone. It's about a legacy that truly transcends your physical presence and builds a better world for countless others.
A powerful thought.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? This deep dive into Sadaqah Jariyah, well, it shows us a profound way to think about giving. It's not just a transaction, is it? It's more like an investment in a legacy that outlives us, creating this continuous chain of goodness that benefits generations.
Absolutely. And it encourages us, I think, to consider the lasting impact of our actions. Every prayer said in a mosque you helped build, every lesson taught in a school, every life saved in a hospital, every drop of water drunk from a well. The sources remind us that all of it counts as an ongoing reward. It offers hope for families today and enduring benefit for the giver long into the future.
Yeah.
We've seen how a single act of generosity, when it's directed towards creating lasting infrastructure and knowledge, can really transform entire communities for generations. It changes their present and secures their future.
So this isn't just about charity in the narrow sense. It's about building a world that reflects mercy, faith, compassion.
Mm.
One permanent structure, one empowered community at a time. It's about your imprint on the future.
Well said.
So a final thought for you to take away. What stands out to you about this idea of an impact that continues long after you're gone? How might thinking about ongoing charity, about Sadaqah Jariyah, shift your perspective on contributing to the world around you? Keep that thought with you as you go about your day.